So Taylor Swift has dropped a recent project, The Life of a Showgirl, and it wasn't actually that bad. So let me preface this as thinking, yes, it wasn't that bad, but it wasn't that great either. Coming off of her double album she dropped last year, which was over 2 hours long, The Tortured Poets Department, which I felt had some decent moments, but just was so bloated, had too many filler tracks, and I wasn't really excited to see what she was gonna do following that, considering we've been seeing her everywhere as she just recently got engaged to Travis Kelce, coming off one of the biggest tours of all time. She has been all over the news, whether you followed her or not. But this project, I still wanted to keep an open mind, and from the first song, I was thoroughly surprised. The Fate of Ophelia is the best song in the album, in my opinion. It has a really nice build-up, has some pretty good songwriting. It sets the foundation for this being a pretty fun listen. And then Elizabeth Taylor comes in. I like the harder-hitting chorus. I felt that it was pretty catchy, and I thought this was going in a solid direction. Then Opalite came in, and I thought, all right, she's been hanging out with Sabrina Carpenter a lot. Lo and behold, she's the only credited feature on this album. Opalite literally sounds like a Sabrina track. However, it's still a decent song, not as good as the first two, but it had a decent meaning considering Travis Kelce's birthstone is Opal, and then tying back to some of her favorite childhood memories. And then it went downhill from there. The songwriting really took a dive. I don't really focus on lyrics and making it a top priority of mine, but for these songs, it just stood out. Some of the times the production didn't really do a lot. It felt a little bland. So when the songwriting doesn't really carry up for that, I'm not gonna really enjoy it. I didn't love the devil line in Father Figure. The eldest daughter didn't feel as deep as it should have been, and it all felt a little basic. Didn't have a lot of creativity to it. It still felt like she's kind of regurgitating the similar type of styles, trying to write like she's in high school still. I think she's a pretty good songwriter, but and sometimes in this album, there were moments that really had me cringing, was kind of corny, just took me out of some of these songs. And one of the biggest things about this album is the Charlie XCX diss in the song Actually Romantic, where she really calls out Charlie right to her face. I thought it was kind of funny at first, really blatantly kind of saying Charlie's basically flirting with her with all the sneak disses she had been doing. But overall, I just felt like she kind of missed the mark. We'll see how Charlie, if she does respond or not, if this results in a bigger drama. But I felt like it was a little unnecessary. And there were a couple other moments where I felt like she's kind of playing up this relationship with Travis, a lot of different innuendos, and also being straight up, like your love being the key to my thighs. But then she comes in with the song Cancelled, and whenever someone talks about being canceled or embracing that culture or having those things, it just gives off a weird energy. Very much gave off like a villain in a Disney musical. And overall, I thought the ending of this album didn't feel the strongest, still felt kind of bland. Even the song with Sabrina, where I thought they had decent chemistry. Sabrina did a pretty good job of her part. I thought the starting of this album really had a high note, and they just never carried on. It wasn't a bad project, but it just felt underwhelming. I'll be giving The Life of a Showgirl a 4.5 out of 10. Let me know what you think of my rating, and let me know what you would give this album.